Trafficking rarely begins with force. It usually starts when someone notices what is missing in a person's life, safety, money, affection, or stability, and decides to exploit it. Traffickers are skilled at identifying unmet needs. They do not create vulnerability, they recognize it and take advantage of it. In labor trafficking, risk is often tied to circumstance. Immigration status, limited education, unpaid debt, and economic hardship all increase vulnerability. Many victims accept what appears to be a legitimate job offer, only to discover they have been deceived. Once trapped, they are controlled through threats, fear, and sometimes violence. Sex trafficking follows a different pattern, but the harm is just as severe. Prior abuse or exploitation, substance use, homelessness, mental illness, and poverty are common risk factors. For many victims, exploitation did not start with trafficking. It was already part of their lives. For children and youth, the danger increases rapidly. Running away, unstable housing, sexual abuse, chronic neglect, learning or developmental disabilities, or identifying as LGBTQ can significantly raise the risk. When isolation, emotional distress, lack of protection, or family involvement in exploitation are added, vulnerability escalates even further. One group that is often overlooked in these discussions is boys. Male victims of sex trafficking are frequently missed or misidentified. Cultural assumptions frame males as perpetrators and females as victims, making it harder for boys to be recognized as victims of abuse. Shame and stigma often silence them and prevent them from seeking help. Research suggests that boys may account for nearly half of commercially sexually exploited youth, yet they are far less likely to be identified. Homelessness is the strongest risk factor. Many boys are forced out of their homes or run away to escape abuse, family dysfunction, or substance use within the household. LGBTQ youth face even higher risks due to rejection, discrimination, and violence. Survival becomes the priority. In some cases, boys are recruited directly by buyers rather than traffickers, which creates the illusion of choice. This can lead them to feel a sense of control or agency, making it harder to recognize the exploitation for what it truly is. When someone offers food, shelter, money, or belonging, it can feel like rescue, but it is not. It is exploitation hidden behind false care and false safety.
The tactics of traffickers can be broken down into 4 main themes. First, violence. Traffickers may use violence or threats of violence against their victim or a victim's loved one. Second, lies or false promises. Traffickers may tell the victim that they are going to get a good job in a restaurant only to discover it's actually sex work. Traffickers may paint a dream of money, success, and freedom as bait. We've seen several situations where a pimp convinces a girl to work in a strip club to save up money and gain confidence for a modeling career. Soon after, the pimp forces her into selling sex. Traffickers may also befriend their victim, working to gain their trust. The trafficker may help the victim out, buying them what they want or need. Over time, however, the trafficker may start convincing the victim that they owe them and need to give something back. Lastly, traffickers may use romance to gain the love and devotion of the victim. According to Polaris Project, this tactic, called boyfriending, is the most common way traffickers initiate a relationship with a potential victim. One common tactic of traffickers we see with youth is social media and online gaming, and that's why it's so important for adults to talk to youth about their online safety and monitor their online activity. Messaging and games allow traffickers to hide behind a screen, using whatever names and images they want to build a relationship with their victims. Predators and traffickers often use online gaming to groom their victims, especially boys. A predator may befriend a boy through messaging, then start to give him gifts like in-game items or credits. He may then use these favors to manipulate the child to send photos or videos. Once a trafficker has those, they can be used as blackmail to exploit the child further. With the growth of messaging apps, sexting has become normal among teenagers. They may send a photo to someone they think they can trust and want to gain the favor of, like a crush or a boyfriend. From there, that person can use that image as blackmail. These members of our community are the most vulnerable to trafficking. We also must be aware of the role technology plays in drastically increasing the access of predators and traffickers to our young people. By educating yourself and others about the realities of human trafficking, you can be part of saving a life.
We're here to raise awareness on sex trafficking. Your voice matters. Join us.